There's nothing like first impressions, and over the last 5 seasons, the Braves' top prospects have come to the show and quickly have proven they belong. Line drive, there's his first big league hit. And good to the show, young man, nicely done. High fly ball toward the gap in left center. That ball is gone. It's a home run. Ozzie Albies' first big league hit is a 3-run homer. Swing and a miss. Cameron Perkins is the first strikeout victim for Max Fried. That was impressive. We hope it's a very long and productive stay. Swing and a high fly ball belted. First home run for Acuna as a tape measure shot in Cincinnati. Get used to that, Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss. What a night for Mike Soroka, and what a night for the Braves organization. Swing and a drive. Bow to deep left center. He's got a homer. What is it about these Braves youngsters in their first big league game? It is uncanny. That talent pipeline is flowing, and the next man up is Ian Anderson. Braves country, get ready. The future is now. The future is here. From beautiful Truist Park in Atlanta, it's time for Braves baseball, a doubleheader day. The Yankees are in town for 2 against the first-place Braves. And you always remember your first day as a big leaguer. Well, today, Ian Anderson will face Gerrit Cole as a Major League starting pitcher in Game 1 of the Double Dip. It's going to be a pitching extravaganza in these first 2 games against New York. Hi again, friends. Caray and Jeff Franceour. Well, here we go, partner. We've heard an awful lot about Ian Anderson, the top-rated Braves pitching prospect. Well, he gets the ball today after a slight delay.
Yeah, had to sleep on it one more night, right. So hopefully he's ready to go. Look, he's mid-90s fastball, big power curve, and a good changeup. I think he's by far the most polished pitcher down in that Braves system. And at the same time, as Bobby Cox told me one time my first game, it only happens once. Go out there, have fun, enjoy yourself, and you know what? If you're going to be out there, you might as well be productive.
However, he does not have an easy task because Gerrit Cole's the opponent.
Yeah, look, when you're facing this guy, you know you have to be on top of your game. Ian's going to have to do that. Gerrit Cole, one of the best pitchers in baseball since he went to Houston. You know, he's with Pittsburgh. It was more 94, 95 sinkers. Goes to Houston. They got him throwing the fastball at 97, 98. All he did was turn himself into probably the best pitcher in baseball. Braves are going to have their hands full today. Atlanta hasn't played since Sunday. The Yankees have not played since last Thursday. We'll see how rested or rusty these 2 clubs will be here in this doubleheader. And when we come back from break, Kelly Kroll will talk about Ian Anderson's Atlanta Hawks connection. It's a great story. Stay tuned for that. It's the Braves. It's the Yankees. We're with you in Atlanta next.
Boy, do we have a super Wednesday in store for you. Doubleheader Braves and Yankees, and 21 hours later, Ian Anderson, with the sun shining, should finally be able to make his Major League debut. And, you know, during a normal season, his friends and family from Clifton Park, New York, would be here in the stadium rooting him on. And that includes Kevin Herter, of course, shooting guard for the Hawks. These 2 were teammates in both baseball and basketball back in high school. They won a state championship together. Check it out there. Baseball, and, you know, Herter really excited to see Anderson finally hit this big stage this afternoon.
Last time I played with Ian, he was untouchable. You know, we won a state championship my senior year, and a very, very large part of that was because of him. But he throws around. He throws mid-90s, has really good command of his fastball. I know he throws a changeup, curveball. He's been working on a lot of new pitches, but I'm just really excited for him. He's worked so hard to get here. You know, the past couple of years is coming up through the minor leagues. He never went to college, and he's been working really hard. And finally, he gets the opportunity against the Yankees, which is against Gerrit Cole, which you're looking at really elite company. And I know he's ready, and I'm really excited to watch him tonight.
Herter went on to say, you know, he was texting him all day yesterday, probably today as well, just saying, hey, man, it's great. It is fine to be excited, be nervous. I was before my first preseason basketball game, but just remember, you belong here. And he will have his hands full with the Yankees this afternoon. Oh boy, Gerrit Cole on the mound and Ian Anderson in the first of our twin bill this afternoon.
We have a pitching matchup for you. The Braves, Ian Anderson in his major league debut versus Gerrit Cole, who is 20-0 in his last 28. Does it get any better? Well, Braves fans, what can we expect from Ian Anderson? He's got an excellent fastball. It's 91 and 95. It's low spin rate, but he lets it go late, so it's very deceptive. What does he got to do with that fastball? Let's check out the scouting report. He's got to throw it to all quadrants. Don't just throw the ball up. You got to throw the ball in. You got to throw the ball out. Up here, if you fall into a pattern, the big league hitters will figure it out. He doesn't have a slider. He doesn't have the other cutter, but he's got a great curveball, and it's important that he throws that for strikes because he doesn't have the other pitches, and he has a developing changeup as well. Also, be unpredictable. Big league hitters, if you fall into a pattern, they figure it out. So not every time, but just once, maybe twice. Give me the 2-0 change or give me the 3-2 curveball. And if we do that, I think we'll see a little magic happen today. I can't wait to watch it. Chip, Jeff.
Bertie, great report. It's always fun to see a kid take the mound or take the field, Jeff, for the first time as a major league player. And there's the dream for Ian Anderson, the pride of Rexford, New York, and ready to go to face the Bronx Bombers today.
I think Bertie said that hits home for me. He does throw that high fastball, but you got to get it in. You got to get it away. You can't live down the middle of the plate. I'm looking forward to seeing he's got that big power curve. Look, I think anytime you get to see a young guy like this come up and make his debut, you're just excited to see him pitch. And I think for Braves fans, we've been waiting for this all year. I think for this guy, when the starting staff had some injuries, guys get sent down. So congrats, Ian, and let's see what he's got.
Well, he's going to face a New York Yankees club that, as you know, clubs a lot of homers. They don't have Aaron Judge in the Toyota starting lineup for Game 1, somewhat surprisingly. But still, Jeffrey, a lot of power with Voit, 10 homers. Urshela, Sanchez, 5 homers apiece. And the Yankees, of course, swept the Braves in the first 2 games played between these 2 teams up at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, they're missing 3 or 4 guys in that lineup, but still got a strong lineup with the players that they have. But one good thing for him, like I said, he was supposed to face Judge last night. We imagine Judge probably will play the second game, so at least one less guy for him to have to worry about.
So as Anderson finishes his warm-ups, what are his 4 keys in Game 1?
Well, for Ian, just stay in the moment. You're facing the Yankees. I get it, your debut, Gerrit Cole. There's a lot of big things going on, but just concentrate pitch by pitch. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. And facing Cole, 28 straight starts without loss, 20-0 in that thing. In the streak. Why not? It's got to be someone. Why not be us?
Why not be us, indeed. Muggy day, cloudy day in Atlanta after torrential rains washed out Game 1, which leads to the question for Aaron Judge and Aaron Boone. How rusty will the Yankees be? They have not played since Thursday. Their series with the Mets was canceled because of COVID concerns. Now they've got to make up a whole bunch of games with New York next weekend, and they've got a bunch of doubleheaders coming up, Jeff. And again, they haven't been on a major league field in a while.
Well, I know they were disappointed last night got canceled.
Yeah.
Because with Gerrit Cole going today, now he can't pitch in the Subway Series. So they have 7 games in the next 5 days, 3 doubleheaders. It's going to be a tough stretch.
So Mike Tauchman's going to lead off for the Yankees, hitting .333, 7 RBIs. 5 doubles for Mike, and Anderson's first pitch is in for a strike. That ball's headed for the mantle at 95 miles an hour. Anderson, the Braves' organizational pitcher of the year last year, straight over the top delivery. And there's 95 at the top of the zone, like Bertie said, and Tauchman wanted to know if that's going to be called all day. 0-2. Yankees start play today 16-9. They're a game behind Tampa Bay in the AL East. And that one's upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. New York averages a little over 5 runs a game. They've mashed 45 homers as this one's hit towards center. Ronald Acuna Jr. is there, and he makes the play. Boy, it's good to have Ronald back. We haven't even talked about him in the opening comments, Jeff, with all that's going on at the ballpark today. But after his wrist problems, this is his first game back.
Yeah, and I'm so glad he's here. There was talk about him getting a few ABs down in Gwinnett, but you know what? A guy like him missing 10 games, put him out there. You'd rather have him out here than down there playing at all.
So Tauchman flies out to center. Here's Luke Voit. Voit has been on an unbelievable tear. 10 homers, 20 RBIs.
In his last 10 games, he's batting .405 with 6 homers. He's homered in 4 straight games.
Well, let's change that today as Ian Anderson gets ahead with strike one to Luke Voit, the former Cardinal. Voit and Mike Ford have been a great tandem for the Yankees at first base. An awful lot of power. No balls and a strike. And there's the big breaking ball that just missed for an even count.
Yeah, Voigt's turned himself into more of a hitter this year. Obviously big power, big home run numbers. You know, he's worked a lot with Phil Nevin, their third base coach, on trying to become a more complete hitter. Kind of says he reminds of himself.
That's fouled off Tyler Flowers. A ball and 2 strikes. Cardinals traded Luke Voit to the Yankees for Chasen Shreve and Giovanni Gallegos. That was at the trade deadline 2 years ago. And Voit last year, 21 homers in 118 games in New York. It's a nice way to be welcomed to the Bronx. He's no kid. He's 29 years old. Out of Missouri State University. Popped up. Headed toward right. Nick Markakis is also back for Atlanta, and with the gray skies overhead, staggers a bit but makes the play without trouble, and that's the second out. So good start for Anderson. 2 up, 2 down for Aaron Hicks.
And that's that's for Ian. That's kind of a purpose pitch that I like. It's 95 up in the zone, but after throwing some off speed, the curveball, he threw him a changeup. 1-2, you're able to get fly balls on that. You know, for me though, if it's 2-0, something like that, that's a dangerous pitch.
So Hicks will face a Braves shift. Johan Camargo playing the rover spot in shallow right. Dansby Swanson to the first base side of second, and a big curveball in for a strike. He's got a good one of those.
Yeah, I was talking to Brian Snicker yesterday, asked him kind of what he told him, and he said, look, what I told him more than anything, you don't have to strike out 10 guys. We have one of the best defenses in baseball behind you. Pitch to contact, and if you get a strikeout, well, you know, so be it.
Well, Anderson struck out 172 men in 135 2/3 innings last year at 2 different levels, so he has strikeout stuff. But I'm with you, Jeff. Throw quality strikes and let him put it in play.
Yeah, and I like that right there. I know it was a ball, but he came in with a purpose. If you're going to miss in, not over the plate.
Hicks at 209 on the year. Really knows the strike zone. 17 walks, 14 strikeouts. A lot like the Braves' Freddie Freeman. More walks than strikeouts and a number 3 hitter. Couple of homers, 7 RBIs for Hicks. And he bats with 2 outs. Had him fooled at 89. It's even 2-2. We say it so often, you think of kids making their major league debuts, how many hours they spent in the backyard throwing a ball against a garage door or a brick wall, dreaming of a moment like this. And Anderson just worked a 1-2-3 inning with a changeup, has his first big league strikeout. A dream come true start for Ian Anderson. 3 up, 3 down. And now the Braves tangle with Gerrit Cole here in the bottom of the first. Anderson, now Brian Snitker's first place Braves. Start action at 16-12 on the year. And this is his Toyota starting lineup. Great to see Ronald Acuna Jr. back in that leadoff spot. Red hot Dansby Swanson second, Freddie Freeman third. But Jeff, as you said, they're facing a man that hasn't lost a game in 28 regular season starts in Gerrit Cole.
See those numbers, they explain themselves. One of the best pitchers in baseball. The one thing you could say, he gives up a lot of home runs. 36 home runs allowed since the start of 19, 10th most. He's, I think, 8 straight games now he's given up a homer. But most of the time, they're solo shots. Does not walk people.
So a challenge for Acuna, who sees a fastball high and tight to get the game started. 1 ball, no strikes. Ronald missed 10 games with a wrist problem. And the saddest part of that for the Braves was he was really getting red hot at the time of that injury. So we'll see what the layoff does to him today, as Cole misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 9-year, $324 million contract signed by Gerrit Cole after a marvelous run with the Astros. Won 20 games last year and struck out 326 men in 212 innings.
Is that good?
That's really good. But you faced Gerrit Cole when he was a Pirate, if I'm not mistaken. This is not the same guy, is it?
No, it's a very different. You know, we had some numbers what Braves hitters have faced against him, but none of our hitters really have faced him since he came over to the American League. You know, with Pittsburgh, you see that's the pitch right there. With Pittsburgh, he was more 93, 94 sinkers. They kept trying to keep it down. He went over to Houston. They said, let it rip up in the zone, and really took off. Became a completely different pitcher. I mean, he was still good in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, he was 13 and 17, or 13 through 17 with Pittsburgh. He was 59 and 42 with a 3.5. Still good. From 18, 39 and 10 with a 2.6.
And 2 wins away from 100 in his big league career. And 4-0 as you saw this year with that 2.75 ERA. Fly ball hammered deep left field. Welcome back, Ronald. He admires that baby. 3/4 of the way up the bleachers. There's that home run you talked about, Jeff. A leadoff shot, and Acuna is back with a bang. It's 1-0.
Well, that ball got his attention. I promise you that. That ball, wow. 114 off the bat.
A 473-foot tape measure homer by Acuna to start the game.
Well, now you tell Anderson, we just gave you a run. Go shut him out. And that was look, he's a fastball guy. He gave him one. I think a big question, Chip, was we were wondering if Ronald would be ready for that fastball, missing 10 games. I think we see why he didn't play in Gwinnett at all.
How about this stat? That's his 16th leadoff home run.
And that's why I think a lot of people were wondering, is Dansby going to stay in that one hole, and how are they going to do it? Look, I love Dansby, and I think he's perfect for him in front of Freddie, but Ronald shown he wants to hit leadoff, and he's the best leadoff hitter in baseball.
So that's the longest home run by distance of Acuna's career. It comes against Gerrit Cole and the Yankees. And now, with Ronald back hitting first for the Braves, Dansby Swanson moves to the number 2 hole, where all he's done is hit .429 over his last 9 games. And Brian Snitker talked about that yesterday. He said, look, I want to get Acuna, Swanson, Freeman, and Ozuna up as many times as we can. So it's not broken. You just slot everybody down, which makes this Braves lineup more powerful and much deeper.
Yeah, and there's talk about Freeman staying in the 2 hole, Dansby going 3. And I know Snit had talked with Freddie, and I'm guessing Freddie, look, I want to get back to that 3 hole.
That's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So again, pretty remarkable what the Braves have been able to accomplish with the injuries to Ronald Acuna, with Ozzie Albies, with Mike Soroka. Nick Markakis missed a handful of games. Yet here they are, still in first place. There's a slider. Dansby didn't get that. Cole has his first strikeout. 1 in, 1 out. Ronald always has a flair for the dramatic, and what a way to start this game.
97 on the outside corner. Like I said, I don't know if I've seen a ball hit to left center. That thing was about 4 seats from the top.
Longest home run of his career. Here's Freeman. That's inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
That's a perfect example. Guys throwing that hard. Just get the bat head to the ball and let him supply the power. And Ronald's so quick.
Freddie's average back over 300. He's riding an 8-game hitting streak.
You know, Cole hadn't pitched in 7 days. Last start was last Wednesday, so you were wondering if, you know, you could see a little bit of rust. A little controversy, too. He went 6 2/3, 109 pitches, and manager Aaron Boone came out to pull him, and, well, we should say he wasn't too happy about it.
No. 2 balls and a strike, and that's over the outside corner. Perfect pitch, evens the count. 2-2. Cole shakes off Sanchez. Now back to work. And Freddie a little late. That was 98. So back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff homer. And here's Ozuna. I mean, this is going to be a great matchup for all the reasons we've already talked about. This is a Braves team that wants to hit the fastball, and Cole's got one of the best ones in the game.
For sure. And look, the best fastball hitting team in all of baseball is right here in Atlanta. And Cole, what does he want to do? Fastballs. And you've seen it. He struck out Freddie on at 98. He threw one to Acuna and it got smoked. But that's his MO. That's what he's not going to change.
Slider to Ozuna, who's riding a 7-game hitting streak. 7 homers, 19 RBIs for Marcel.
Freddie had a great, when I was talking to him the other day about facing Gerrit Cole, what's the approach? Obviously, we all know you got to get ready for the fastball. It's like what he said. It's like kind of like DeGrom. Look, you know he's probably going to strike out 10 to 12 guys. I mean, that's what he does almost every start. It's the few opportunities you get, you have to take advantage.
0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. A leadoff homer for Ronald Acuna Jr. It made Gerrit Cole mad. He struck out the next 3 Atlanta batters. But the Braves have given Ian Anderson a 1-0 lead thanks to the 16th career leadoff homer for Ronald Acuna Jr. It's 1-0 in Atlanta. In his first game back from injury has given the Braves a lead after 1. Now it's time for our Georgia Natural Gas Flamethrower feature. Jeff, let's look at Ian Anderson's minor league stats from last year.
Yeah, in Mississippi and Gwinnett, 3.38 overall, 172 Ks in 135 innings. Got hit around a little bit in Gwinnett after having a great time in Mississippi, but looked good in the first inning.
3 up, 3 down. Now he's got Mike Ford, the DH for New York in game 1. Anderson, the 144th player to make his big league debut this year. 0-1 pitch. Last year, in a full season, there were 261 players who made a major league debut. Of course, we have a 60-game season in 2020.
You knew a lot of guys would have to out of necessity.
Of course. But if you prorate that out, 144 major league debuts and 431 major league games played. That would be on pace for 812 big league debuts and 162 game season.
Are there enough players for that?
Some wonder, but Anderson is one of them, and here he is facing Mike Ford. Off speed, little roller into the rover spot. Camargo's got it, and his good arm takes care of the DH. And the first ground ball out for Ian Anderson. Gets the second inning started. One away.
A nice note, too, in the first inning. Anderson, 13 pitches, 5 fastballs, 5 changeups, 3 curveballs. I like that. Not really falling into a pattern. You know, mixing pitches up. The last 2 pitches to Hicks were great changeups at 88, 89, and got him to swing and miss at both.
So your point about using those 3 pitches, he hasn't gotten into a pattern. Do you always worry about a young pitcher showing a lineup everything you've got the first time through?
You know, look, today it's his debut. You're facing the Yankees. You got Gerrit Cole on the other side. I'm sure, you know, Snit would be, hey, go through the lineup twice. I don't need you to hold anything back for the 6th or 7th. Give me 5 good innings. So I don't mind that today.
Gio Urshela, the batter. Paul Bird, what do you think about that?
What Frenchie's just saying is so true. And I don't know how many runs he's going to give up or if he's going to give up any. I just like his style. I've got in the first an 0-2 fastball in. Don't see that a lot out of a rookie. I got a 1-2 changeup and a 1-2 changeup. He's throwing his changeups into righties, as you just saw. That's a plus 30-year-old pitch. This kid can pitch.
Bouncy ball foul to the Yankees third baseman Gio Urshela. 2 balls and a strike.
Frenchie, you were a righty. How many changeups in from a right-handed pitcher did you see?
Not many. I told you, we hated going to Tampa to face Shields and Hellickson and Cobb because those guys would do it. And if they know how to do it right, it is a tough pitch.
Lifted toward right. Markakis glides near the line. And Urshela is the second out. 5 up, 5 down for Anderson.
Well, and Bertie, I think mentally sometimes you see a young kid come up, stuff, all the things they talk about. What I like just through the first 5 batters is he's got a good game plan. He's got an idea of what he wants to do, and I like it. He's sticking to it.
I agree, and even if you're not executing it, I like the game plan.
Yeah.
Mixing your pattern, throwing fastballs in, not just to one side of the plate, falling in love with the breaking ball if you get a big strikeout. He's mixing all of his pitches. I agree.
Gary Sanchez, the Yankee catcher, 5 homers and a 132 average.
Look, I think he can look at the other side with Gerrit Cole, Chip, and say, here's a guy who gave up a 473-foot homer, came back, struck out the next 2. That's what he's going to do. And Anderson needs to do the same thing. Stick to your game plan, even if you give up a couple hits.
Hasn't given up anything yet, as that's low to the Yankees backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sanchez has homered in 4 of the last 7 Yankees games he's played. Again, they've hit 45 homers in 25 games as a team. And that's ripped foul. That'll scatter the Yanks in the third base dugout. Sanchez a strike away.
There's that changeup Birdie talked about to a right-hander right there. 1-1, so he went in, got him way out in front. And to me, you have opportunities to kind of go wherever you want. You can throw that fastball, elevate it. You could come back with the same pitch. Or shoot, he's got a great curveball that he really hadn't showed him yet.
Might see it here. Nope, it's the heat, and Anderson blows it right on by. Second strikeout, 6 up, 6 down. Shutdown inning after the Braves gave him a 1-run lead. Atlanta, it's time for today's Bojangles Big Bo moment. We've talked an awful lot, Jeff, about big league debuts. Look at these young faces that have played such prominent roles for the Braves over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Dansby, Max, and Soroka here. Probably my favorite, Austin Riley, because he hits the homer and then they show his dad drinking a cold beer. What's better than watching your son hit a homer on his debut and drinking a cold one?
Well, I could ask Big Dave Francoeur about that.
He
right?
probably knows.
We had to go. We couldn't find the old videotape archive footage of your debut against the Cubs.
It's in the VHS area down
exactly, or the CD, whatever you play it on these days. As Atlanta goes to work in the second inning, Markakis, Duvall, and Riley.
Another guy who's good to have back in the lineup, Nick.
Yeah, Nick was out due to a possible COVID exposure, missed about a week, and here he is.
And he was swinging. I think he was hitting a double or 2 every game, it seemed like, before he went out.
Off speed from Gerrit Cole has Markakis behind, a ball and 2 strikes. Nick has doubled in each of his last 5 starts. Get this, he needs 1 double to tie Babe Ruth. Pretty amazing. 1-2 pitch is outside, and 2-2. Babe Ruth with 506 doubles. Those are the ones just on the field for those of you keeping correct records. The pitch is launched foul, out of play. We'll do it again. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. So again, another big bat, another veteran hitter that lengthens and deepens an already very exciting Braves lineup.
And another guy that I love, Brian Snicker just said, he doesn't need a bats anymore. This guy can fall out of bed. I think last year he missed 6 weeks, came back, remember, and faced Scherzer, almost hit him in the head first AB. He's hitting 429 last 7 games.
Like the Braves game plan, pushing that pitch count up for Gerrit Cole on a very muggy day in Atlanta. Number 27 is on the way. Here it is. Line drive into right center field, a base hit. So welcome back, Nick Markakis. Atlanta has 2 hits, both of them of the leadoff variety, and Cole has to go right back to the stretch. He's amazing.
He is, and look, he loves his fastball. He's probably one of the best in the game. It will be interesting, though, Chip. That's the second 3-2 fastball. We saw Ronald hit one a mile, and Markakis. Be interesting to see 2-2, 3-2 if he starts to mix it up just a little bit. We've seen he can throw his break and stuff for strikes a lot, too.
Adam Duvall is the Braves left fielder. Big shift for him. Duvall with 4 homers and 12 RBIs. He has a lifetime homer against Gerrit Cole. And something off speed, has him behind on a swing and miss. Strike 1. Boy, Duvall's had some big hits for the Braves this year. Had a 30-plus homer year in AAA last season as a former big league all-star. Never complained, did do anything but work hard to get back. And boy, was he big down the stretch offensively for the Braves in 2019.
Had the game-winning hit the other night against the Phillies.
First pitch that Brandon Workman threw. No, that was Matt Adams. Beg your pardon. He had the game-winning hit. Adams got it tied.
Against Workman, too, though.
Correct. In his debut with the Phillies. This one just missed. Skied toward left, and Gardner's there. And Brett will gather that in. Back to first goes Markakis. And that's out number 1. Let's take a look at today's Coors Light beating the pressure feature, and that's young Braves third baseman Austin Riley.
And Snit's been very complimentary of the adjustments he's made. First 13 games hit 118. Last 12 games 273. So good to see Austin swinging it a little bit.
The off-speed pitch was the pitch that gave Austin so much trouble after a glorious debut last year. All of his homers this year have been on off-speed pitches, not fastballs.
No, but I think he's done a lot better job of getting back to hitting the fastball the last 2 weeks.
Cole missed his spot, but got a swing and a miss. Strike 1 for Riley. Austin at 205 on the year, 13 RBIs. Gerrit Cole has not lost in his last 28 regular season games. He's trailing 1-0 on a leadoff homer from Ronald Acuna Jr.
Bertie, I got a question real quick. You know, Gerrit Cole, probably the best pitcher in baseball, big fastball guy, knows the Braves are the best hitting fastball team in baseball. I just saw him throw 2 sliders to Riley. Even though that's his pitch, is he going to have to change it up a little bit? Because they've had some good swings on the fastball.
Yeah, I think he is. And you see right there, that's a great game plan against Riley. Riley ready to jump on that fastball because it's hard to look slider and catch up to 97, 98. So when you are in a situation, and he may throw his fastball next time through, but when you are in a situation where a guy like Riley has really struggled with the breaking ball, he's hitting it better this year, it's okay to do that. And just mix your pattern. If a guy's on base or a guy in scoring position, then you can go to that. I'm also a big favor, even if you have a great fastball, you know, you're still going to throw that and establish that against a good fastball hitting team because that's your strength. So you can play it either way.
Yeah, and I agree. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to shy away from his fastball. I'm just saying, you know, 3 of his 4 strikeouts now are on sliders. You know, you get the feeling at some point he might mix up a little more deep in the count, possibly.
And you know what, Jeff, like if there's a hitter that has slider bat speed, but my strikeout pitch was my slider, I'm still going to throw that.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that he hits my slider well. And the same can be true with Cole's fastball, but let's face it, is different than everybody else's.
Well, all these leadoff hits have made Gerrit Cole mad after that damage was inflicted. 4 strikeouts. After Riley swung and missed, he's got Tyler Flowers, the Atlanta catcher, behind 0-2. In last night's lineup, Travis d'Arnaud was originally penciled in to catch Ian Anderson. Braves changed that up. d'Arnaud, we figure, will catch Max Fried in the nightcap. Markakis will lead at first. The 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. Way high, 1-2. So if you are a good starting pitching fan, this is your doubleheader. Cole and Anderson, Fried and Tanaka. In today's doubleheader against the Yankees. On the appeal, Flowers held up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, much was made of the big contract Gerrit Cole signed as a free agent. A lot of folks forget he was originally drafted as a Yankee. First-round pick in 2008. Said he went to college, went to UCLA. Then the Pirates took him #1 overall in 2011. Pittsburgh, Houston, and New York.
I'd say it worked out okay.
I would say so. And Flowers didn't get that, reached for it and came up empty, and Cole has struck out 5 men through 2 innings, but is trailing 1-0 thanks to Acuna's homer.
And Ian Anderson back out on the mound in his major league debut. And in speaking with Tyler Flowers yesterday, I asked him about this guy. Even though he wasn't catching him last night, he said, you know, I did catch a couple of his bullpens this spring, and he is another one of our young guys with a very lively arm, a fastball, as you guys were talking about, that plays up nicely, good changeup, decent breaking ball. But one of the things Flowers said that then Mike Soroka reiterated this afternoon, guys, is he's a really smart guy, intelligent, likes to have a good game plan, and hey, he's competitive. So that is a dangerous combination. The only thing Flowers said that'll be the key this afternoon is controlling his emotions, which so far, very poised. But hey, if he gets into trouble, don't be surprised if you see Flowers hop up and go out there to mound, meet with him. But so far, so good.
Yeah, you know, Kelly, there's not too many intelligent people in our game. You know, I'm lucky to be one of them. No, but I think it's I mean, look, Tyler's a veteran guy. He's been through a lot of pitch, caught Sale in Chicago, different guys, Soroka here in Freed. So I think he's a perfect guy to maneuver Ian through a game.
Ian's the first Atlanta starter to make his debut against the Yankees. That stands to reason. You don't know if until interleague play came about, that wasn't something that happened too often. But 2 Braves relievers have debuted against them: Evan Phillips in 2018 and Kevin Berry in 2006. So the pride of Rexford, New York, Ian Anderson against Brett Gardner. Did he go? He did not. And a deep count, 3 balls and a strike. Gardner, then Estrada and Wade. This is where it gets kind of interesting for the Yankees, who have been riddled with injuries over the last week and a half. They're missing their shortstop and their second baseman. So a couple of kids are playing. Well, what a pitch that was in a hitter's count.
Yeah, 3-1 changeup. You could tell the swing Gardner was going. He definitely thought he was getting a fastball 3-1.
Well, let's see what he does. 3-2. Threw it again, and Gardner swings and misses. That's 3 strikeouts for Ian Anderson.
Wow. 3-1, 3-2. Oh, changeups. That's throwing it with confidence. You can see he keeps it down in the zone.
Tom Glavine says that a lot. If he throws it 3-1, he might throw it again 3-2.
Yeah, a good hitter like Gardner, get him swinging miss on 2 of those. This is, to me, Chip, where the Yankees are really hurting. Look, they missed Stanton, they missed Judge, but LeMahieu was maybe the best hitter in baseball at the time he got hurt, and Torres at shortstop. Not having those 2 guys right now through the middle, I guarantee Aaron Boone's saying that's probably the tough one.
So Thairo Estrada gets the start at second. He's played second, third, a couple of stints in the outfield. This is not his first shot at the big leagues. He hit a home run against Felix Hernandez, who was briefly a Brave last season. Yeah, like the Braves, the Yankees have had a ton of injuries to deal with too. Not just Torres and LeMahieu. Zach Britton, James Paxton. You mentioned Stanton and Judge. This one's on the ground. A worm burner right to Dansby, and a perfect throw for the second out. It's 8 up, 8 down. Today's A-list member of the game is Gary Royal of Cumming, Georgia. He's been a member since 2001, and his favorite A-list perks are pre-sales for additional tickets, exclusive spring training access, and access to the 2021 All-Star Week. Congratulations to Gary Royal, today's A-list member of the game. Here's Tyler Wade. It was 1 for his last 12 at the plate. That hit came Thursday against Tampa Bay, a 2-base hit. And the Yankees start play today, a 3-game losing streak, 1 game behind Kevin Cash's Rays in the East. And with the trading deadline now just 5 days away, there are a lot of folks who think the Yankees are going to go out and try to improve their club, pitching like everybody else. And with all the doubleheaders they have racked up, you can understand why that might be on the docket. Out at the plate, 2-1.
I swear, every year, no matter how many pitchers you have, how much depth you have, it seems like every deadline, the teams that feel like they have a chance to make a deep run, where are they going for pitching?
Right.
It's amazing.
Never, ever have enough. Anderson out, 2 balls and a strike for Tyler Wade. And that missed a little low. Good try, 3-1.
See 7 to 9 first pitch strikes. That usually bodes well.
And the first base runner is a 2-out walk to the 9th place hitter, Tyler Wade. And now Mike Tauchman's coming up. He flied out his first time up.
And now a quick message from Delta.
Okay, so now we begin the second trip through the Yankees lineup. How quickly does word get through the hitting lineup as to what this kid has and what they need to adjust to?
It does, but I also think that's why Kelly made a great point in the fact that, you know, with Flo back there catching, I like Tyler back there because he's telling him, don't change anything. Stick to your game plan. It's worked.
That's skipped up there. Got to keep an eye on Wade, who likes to run.
And I think that would be the struggle of a lot of young pitchers when they come up, Chip. They feel like, okay, now they've seen me once. I got to do something. Until they make the adjustment on you, just keep pitching like you're doing.
Wade is 9 out of 10 in his career as a big league base stealer. Anderson to the belt, 1 ball, no strikes. Not going, pitch. Change up a beauty.
He's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now, and you know, he's, to me, the first 6 hitters he kind of went through, got in a little trouble with Gardner, 3-1, came back and made 2 really good changeups to strike him out, and now he's got his first time from the stretch and threw a good 1-0 changeup there.
Snap throw to first, and Wade's back. Isn't that what separates the men from the boys at this level? Being able to throw your off-speed stuff in fastball counts.
Well, to have the confidence as to me, a young kid, your first start, to throw 3-1 and 3-2 and throw good ones.
That's how he got Brett Gardner to lead off the inning with a strikeout. Ian's got 3 of those. And now Mike Tauchman with a 2-1 count. Wade leads. There he goes. Good jump. Pitch a strike. The throw to second on the money. It trickles into center field, but Wade didn't see that, and no further advance. And he picked up the baseball. Acuna was late to get there, and he might have made third easily. There's a break for Atlanta. It's a stolen base and a 2-2 count.
Got a good jump, and Ian threw a changeup. It'll be interesting to see what he throws now. He's thrown 4 changeups to him this AB. If he sticks with that, or if he throws that fastball a little bit up, or it goes with that power curve.
Good speed at second for Wade. The 2-2 pitch is up the middle, but Dansby had him played perfectly, and that will retire the side. 3 hitless innings for Ian Anderson in his debut. As we head to the home third, it's time for your T-Mobile ticket to the game. Boy, oh boy, were the White Sox awesome last week. Boy, were they awesome last night. And, of course, the Padres, Tatis and Machado, Jeff, are getting it done out west.
Yeah, that Padres team has been really, really good, and Abreu in Chicago's kind of putting them on his back right now.
The South Side Hitmen are back.
Yeah, they are. They're swinging. I figured they'd score a lot of runs, but they're also pitching as of late.
Certainly were last night with a no-hitter for Lucas Giolito. What a great story that was. And Kelly Crow will have more on that. Great moment in Chicago a little bit later on this afternoon. Johan Camargo leads off for Atlanta, batting 186 for the year. Maybe this will be a good matchup. Johan's had trouble with off-speed stuff. Cole's got that disappearing slider and the blazing fastball.
That's 3 off-speed pitches he's showing, so he knows. We were talking about the home run streak. Ronald got it off, but I said Johan could be a guy if he gets a fastball up in the zone.
That's yanked foul past DeMarlo Hale, the acting first base coach for the Braves. Eric Young opted out due to the COVID situation. Hope EY's enjoying the game. No, he's enjoying the fact the Braves are in first place. And DeMarlo's doing great work in his stead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And way high, full count. 43 pitches for Cole now.
Yeah, we'll see what he does here with Johan. 3-2 count to Acuna, the home run. 3-2 to Nick. Smoked it back up the middle, so we'll see if he goes off speed or sticks with that fastball.
Off speed, whack to first. Voit scoops it up though, and Cole will get to the bag in time. And there is out number 1. Well, the game began with a bang, I think it's safe to say. Everybody happy that Ronald Acuna Jr. was back. First inning leadoff homer. It's our StatCast powered by Google Cloud.
Now, first pitch of the game, he got buzzed at 95. Comes back 114, 473. Bryce Harper's the other day was about 470 here, so
yep.
3 more. Hey, another good thing. We saw Ronald get heated up, starting to catch up with the fastballs. That was his first hit off a fastball 96 plus this year.
So the second longest home run in the history of this ballpark. Only Giancarlo Stanton's hit one longer than Acuna. And gets a fastball at 97 for a strike. 5 homers, 10 RBIs for Acuna now. And that's the lone run in the game. And 1 of 2 hits.
In the last inning, I asked Birdie about the slider and off-speed stuff going to it a little more. There was the first time we saw 3-2 him go to that slider to Johan to get him to roll over.
One ball, 2 strikes. The home run that Acuna hit, only the 3rd by a right-hand hitter this year. Against Gerrit Cole, who's back to work with a 1-2 pitch, and in the dirt. It's 2-2. As you said, Jeff, Cole's going to get his strikeouts, but I think the Braves' approach the first time through the lineup was pretty darn good. He's had a lot of deep counts.
Well, you got to be ready for the heater, and if he's able to throw that slider and strike you out, you know, like right here for Ronald, if you're not sitting anything other than heater, you know, you're not going to be very successful.
And another full count.
And even this 3-2 last time, you got the fastball and hit a home run, Chip. Here you got to look fastball and trust yourself that if you throw the slider, you can foul it off or try to hit it somewhere the other way.
Fought off, fouled away again. Cole's had 2 strikes on every Braves hitter so far in the game. He's had a couple of full counts. He's had 2 of those to Ronald Acuna Jr. with Swanson waiting on deck. Three-two pitch. It missed upstairs. Sanchez tried to frame it. Now Acuna's speed comes into play. And Cole looks in at James Hoy in disbelief. He thought he had Ronald struck out. First walk.
If that pitch is down about another 6 inches, probably gets the call, but that ball was up too.
So Acuna, who Fell shy of a 40-40 season last year. Homers and stolen bases. Now has a chance to frolic here. He's 1 out of 2 in steals. Let's see how the Braves play it. He's going first move. Pitch is high. The Sanchez throw is going to be late. Acuna has stolen second. He's homered and stolen a base today.
You can see the energy he brings. The home run and the great walk. Look at that. Great. He even slipped a little bit, but a great jump. We said you're not going to have many chances against Cole. Chip, now you got your 2-3, probably your 2 hottest hitters on the team up with a chance to give yourself another run. And remember, this is a 7-inning game.
That's the other part of it.
Yeah.
And we're in the third already. Dansby, big hole right side. 1 out, 1-0 Braves lead. Dansby started the season with a double-digit hit streak. Then he went ice cold. A lot of strikeouts. Tried to pull the ball a lot. Then got back to hitting the ball up the middle and the other way, and has exploded since. 18 hits in his last 9 games. More of the same would be nice right here.
Frenchie, I got a question for you. I notice on Dansby when it's 0-2 usually he doesn't really lift his leg much. He just lifts that back heel a little bit, and he's doing that now on every pitch against Cole. Is that something that's hard to do as a hitter? Vary your timing against a good fastball?
Yeah, it can be, but you see Bryce Harper do it with 2 strikes. Michael Young in Texas used to be the best, and I think Dansby, talking to him the other day, I love what he said. His trying to keep things simple for the most part.
Driven toward right. Talkman drifting back. That ball carries to the track. Out by that brick wall. That ball is gone. A 2-run opposite field homer. Boy, you can see how frustrated Gerrit Cole is. The pitch that preceded the home run ball, he turned his back on the home plate umpire. Sanchez wanted to give it back to him. Cole didn't even look at the ump, and then serves up a homer on the next pitch.
It's a slider away. He goes with it to right field. 4th home run for Dansby this year. All of them to center field, right center, or right field. And Birdie, to finish that thought, talking to him the other day, he said the biggest timing mechanism for him is getting back. If he knows he's on time, he says, then I feel like I can hit the ball anywhere I want. So that's what he's concentrating on this year, is just getting back on time.
Now Freeman unloads and drives 1 foul and out of play.
So he was mad about the pitch before, the slider. That one was up. His other 2 were down. That one was up.
So the Braves have 3 runs on 3 hits. Acuna scored twice. Ronald and Dansby Swanson have homers, and Gerrit Cole, who, as you said, gives up homers, has given up 2, and the Braves lead by 3 now. And a slow roller hit toward first. That'll be easy for Voit, and that's the 2nd out.
Cole, to me, that was probably the first slider he missed all day, Chip, as far as up in the zone. He's been down and away. And look, when you watch Dansby hit now with that approach, if he's getting his timing ready and he's back, you know, for him, he sees that pitch and just goes with it.
And Cole will provide the power, that's for sure. So Atlanta 3-0 for Ozuna. And that's a strike over the outside corner.
Well, I think you said something earlier, Chip, that hit home. Lengthen the lineup. When Ronald came back, you're able to move guys down a little bit. Markakis goes down in that 5th hole. And you just make it harder for pitchers to navigate. I mean, look, Gerrit Cole, that was his 60th pitch right there. We're still in the 3rd inning.
Right.
He's not used to that.
And just think when Ozzie Albies comes back, which we hope will be as soon as possible. 1 ball, 1 strike. He too out with a wrist problem. But no problems for Atlanta today. Ian Anderson's debut is going swimmingly as this ball is launched to left center field and deep. That one's going to fly way out of here. 3 homers for the Braves today. It's 4-0. They've hit about 5 miles worth of homers against one of the best pitchers in the game today.
Well, they got a hanger, and you know, you're wondering with the timing the Braves had on those fastballs early, he's gone to more off-speed stuff now, which, as good as it is, not his strength. And Marcel did not miss that one.
8 homers, 20 RBIs for Ozuna. Second homer he's hit against the Yankees this year. And the top 4 hitters for Atlanta scorching hot. As Markakis already with a single, digs in, and that's in for a strike. Again, Gerrit Cole has not lost in his last 28 regular season starts.
Ronald 473, Marcel 469 on that homer.
So this is only the second time that Gerrit Cole has allowed 3 homers in a big league game since he moved from Pittsburgh to the American League. That covers 62 starts. And the ball is getting walloped in Atlanta. The pitch skips up there for Markakis. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Look, there's a lot of veteran guys on this Braves team too. I talked to a certain player a couple days ago that said, you know, they were kind of embarrassed. They went up to New York and they got beat down pretty good 2 games in the Bronx. And look, the Braves have played great here at Truist Park, 10-4 here. So I know they're glad to get them down here in the Georgia heat.
That's hit the other way toward third. Urshela bobbles, recovers, and makes the throw, and Voit had to stretch out to save a throwing error. Atlanta has 2 more homers. Dansby Swanson hits an opposite field shot, hanging slider. That's his 4th homer. Then with 2 outs, Marcel Ozuna, 469 glorious feet to left center. Atlanta with 3 homers leads 4-0. Braves Facebook for a virtual concert this Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time featuring country music star and Braves fan Josh Turner. We'll also have a special interview with Charlie Culberson. That's on Braves Facebook this Thursday at 8 Eastern Time. So Atlanta has a 4-0 lead. Ian Anderson has not allowed a hit to the Yankees in his major league debut at Truist Park today. He's got Voit, Hicks, and Ford coming up for the second time here in the top of the 4th. It is a 7-inning game. That's the new rule this year. 7-inning doubleheaders. Bat shattered. Long throw. Freeman can't handle the short hop. And Luke Voit gets a break. He reaches first on a broken bat. Bounding ball to third. We'll see how it's scored.
This is the one play where Austin, he's so good at coming across his body chip, but with Voit running, had a little more time probably to set and not have to make that type throw.
I'm guessing E5, but we'll wait and see what Guy Cutright has in store for us on the official scoring. That's just the second Yankees base runner. Here's Hicks. First big league strikeout for Anderson in the top of the 1st. Sharply hit, and that's foul. Was that bat shattered too? Sounded funny off the bat.
I think he got it off the end. Got him out front on that changeup. That's what he struck him out on. And it's a big inning for him. Obviously, you don't want to, you know, we think that's probably going to be an error, but the team just gets you some runs against Gerrit Cole. Just come back out and continue to do what you've been doing all afternoon.
And it is ruled an error. The 6th for Riley this year. Short lead by Voit for Hicks. The pitch. Popped up back our way and quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, double play ball. Camargo to second for 1, on to first, and not in time. 2 long throws. Hicks with good speed beats the wrap at first. And he's aboard with 1 out.
Hicks, good speed, tough guy to double up, but good pitch. Change up, painted away.
So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Mike Ford. He rolled out to second his first time up. Mike's got a new mustache. Didn't have that when we saw him up in New York on August the 11th and 12th.
He's got to get another couple weeks to be a full-grown mustache.
You're not counting that? No.
It's a little fuzz, but it's got a chance.
No such problem for the bearded wonder Ian Anderson in his big league debut. No balls and a strike. This kid is straight over the top with his delivery too. What challenges does that give you as a hitter?
Well, I tell you what, I saw a little breakdown the other day that kind of showed his pitches. And I like the fact that the changeup comes out of the same place a fastball does, really. So that's going to be the tough thing. So that was 93. And changeup's at 87, 88. You know, so if he can locate the changeup, it makes it really difficult for the hitters to kind of, I would like to say, be overly aggressive, because he can throw that changeup at any time.
A ball and a strike for Mike Ford. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
He's doing a good job throwing enough of the other. He threw a first pitch changeup to him, and then he went fastball away. You saw him kind of jump a little bit forward, and then he comes back with that changeup there. So Tyler's doing a good job back there, mixing stuff up, not letting the hitters get too comfortable.
Shadows creeping out now as Ford digs in, and that's outside. Batter circle fully in shadow. Pitcher's mound dappled sunshine as we are 5:15 Eastern time in Atlanta. Mike Ford, the Yankees cleanup man in game 1, has a 2-2 count. Hicks a good lead, not going, and that skips up 3-2. Got to be a thrill for Mike Ford out of Belmead, New Jersey, and Princeton University. This guy was a non-drafted player. And here he is in New York after a stint in the Mariners organization briefly, after a stellar career at Princeton. The pitch is taken low, ball 4. So Ford waited him out and drew a walk, and the Yankees have their first threat. 2 on, 1 out. And Gio Urshela coming up. Urshela flied out his first time up. He's 28 out of Cartagena, Colombia. Right there, a strike.
Love that location. 95 painted away. You're not going to do anything with that pitch.
The old down and away strike.
It's worked for a long time.
No balls and a strike for Urshela. And a blistering fastball has him behind 0-2. What a find Urshela was for the Yankees. 21 homers in 132 games last year. He came over from Toronto. Let's see what Anderson does with a 2-strike pitch. On the ground, might be 2. Dansby shovels to Camargo. Cannon arm, double play. Still no hits for the Yankees through 4 innings for Ian Anderson. 4-0 Atlanta.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Bojangles. It's bow time. Delta Airlines. And by your local Ford dealer.
Welcome back to Truist Park, everybody. Braves up 4-0, bottom of 4. When your name is Ronald Acuna, you're 22 years old, you got the quickest hands in the game, and you catch a Gerrit Cole fastball on the outside part of the plate, the ball will land here. 473 feet away. That's 114 off the bat, 4 rows in front of the walkway. Kelly, what are you doing over there?
Well, just to your left, the 4th longest home run in Truist Park history now belongs to Marcell Ozuna. 469 feet, hit this seat right here. And guys, in 17 plate appearances against Gerrit Cole, that's the first hit for Ozuna, and he made it count.
Did he ever?
Good time to get it.
Made it 4-0 Atlanta. As Adam Duvall leads off, Duvall, Riley, and Flowers are coming up. As this ball smacked down the left field line and well foul. Boy, the Braves are getting good cuts at Gerrit Cole.
Think about it, 473 and 469. That's unreal.
So the 2 longest home runs by Braves in this ballpark's brief history, and they've come against Gerrit Cole, who started play today 4-0. And a swing and a miss. Ozuna strikes out. That's 6 for Cole, 1 away in the 4th.
We were wondering what would happen with Cole being a fastball pitcher against a good fastball hitting team. He's thrown 33 fastballs today, Chip, but he's only gotten 3 whiffs on them. 3 swing misses, which he's usually getting a lot more than that.
And that goes to what we talked about. This Braves team wants the fastball. 98 doesn't intimidate them. They can square that up. And they have to the tune of 4 runs on 4 hits. So after Duvall strikes out, Austin Riley's up. Sliders got him his first time. Let's see what adjustment Austin makes in his second trip.
Yeah, and Dansby and Marcell both ready for the fastball, got a pitch that was up in the zone, and they took care of it. That's what good hitters do.
A ball and a strike for the Braves third baseman Austin Riley. And now 2-1. Max Fried and Masahiro Tanaka meet in the nightcap. 2-1. On the ground toward third. Urshela has it. And a perfect throw for the second out. I was going to say before that last pitch to Riley, one thing you notice immediately, even when you have an empty stadium and the crowd noise that's piped in, guys with big fastballs like Gerrit Cole, the pop of the leather sounds different. You can almost hear the ball hissing as it makes its way to the plate.
Yeah.
Tyler Flowers, a strikeout victim his first time up, and couldn't stop himself there. No balls and a strike. He is our leadoff feature presented by Truist.
He's reached base safely in every game this season.
Braves have an embarrassment of riches as far as catching is concerned with d'Arnaud and Flowers. Alex Jackson, who's here as the 29th man for the doubleheader, and William Contreras. Braves have used 4 different starting catchers this year, and they've all hit. Done a great job behind the plate. Tyler's had some good career luck against the Yankees. Hope that continues on this day in Atlanta. The 1-2 pitch. Didn't mean to, but fouled it away. And is still alive.
You know, seeing the hitters' faces too, I don't want to say they're, look, it's a long season. I don't want to say the guys aren't intense and focused every AB. But when you're facing a guy like Gerrit Cole, you can see the hitters today, Chip, for the Braves. I mean, they're locked in and focused, which you know you have to be against a guy like him.
Strike three, inside breaking ball, caught Flowers looking, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, 7 strikeouts for Gerrit Cole.
Baseball is brought to you by Truist. BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, your local Toyota dealer. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be today.
Back in Atlanta, where it has been an unforgettable day for Ian Anderson. That line score tells you all you need to know. This young man facing the New York Yankees heads to the 5th inning of a 7-inning game and has not allowed a hit. Atlanta's hosting the 2021 MLB All-Star Game. Guarantee your access to the All-Star Week events with a 2021 A-List membership. For all the info, go to Braves.com/A-List. So Gary Sanchez leads off for New York. It's gotten late early in game 1. As Sanchez takes upstairs, he struck out his first time up. It's on the ground, foul, even count for the Yankee catcher. Yankees have a tough row to hoe, folks. They've got 35 games in the final 34 days. And as you said, Jeff, all the doubleheaders that pile up for them, for Aaron Boone's club, a team that's already got some pitching questions, that's going to be awfully tough for them.
Yeah, doubleheader today, Friday, Sunday. Even though there's 7 innings, that's still...
Line, oh, what a stop. Riley scrambles to his feet and throws him out. How big might that play be in the 6th or 7th inning? A hot smash. Sanchez retired, 1 out.
Great play by Austin. Got up, took his time, and threw it across the diamond to Freddie. Great job. Look, 11 of 15 batters today, first pitch strikes. So he's done a good job of not getting behind too many guys and being able to kind of go at his pace and throw the pitches that he wants.
That ball was a rocket, but he's starting to get the ball on the ground a little bit, which is nice to see as Brett Gardner bats. Ian fell behind him, 3-1, threw him 2 straight changeups and struck him out. His first time up.
Talk about a young guy working both sides of the plate. First pitch in, that pitch away, but he missed low and away, so you can't get hurt.
1 ball, 1 strike for Brett Gardner. And tap foul, 1-2. Nothing right now for the Yankees hitters to eliminate from Ian Anderson's arsenal.
No, I was going to say, if there's anything that he's impressed me today, we saw a couple Saturdays ago during that little scrimmage here, but the fact that he can throw all 3 pitches kind of when he wants for a strike, and that's a huge plus as a young kid to have.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3, a fastball froze him at 94. Gardner is out number 2. I think Gardner was thinking about those changeups in his first at bat and got caught and took a fastball.
When you're mixing it up that much, you know, like you said, Chip, it's tough to get comfortable.
Thairo Estrada takes a strike.
Frenchie, you guys talking about it. He's pitching backwards. First time through, he's relied on that changeup. Now he's going to that fastball. Got the big double play on that. I love this attack.
Yeah, it's been nice, Birdie.
Oh, up and in. And Estrada took some punishment. Luckily, he had the arm guard on. And the Yankees will have a 2-out base runner here on a hit by pitch.
Look, and even that, I mean, you're not mad at it. You know, do you want him to give him that? But at the same time, if you're going to go in, and if you miss in, there's nothing wrong with hitting people every once in a while, Chip. You saw Gerrit Cole first pitch of the game to Acuna. That's part of pitching.
So here's Wade. He drew a walk in the 3rd inning, stole 2nd, and was stranded. Off speed, a beauty. Boy, he's had pinpoint control. 68 pitches, 43 strikes. And the strikeouts are just coming. No balls and a strike. And the 69th, right on the money, 0-2.
Now see if he does what he tried to do to Gardner there. Went first pitch power curveball. That's 79. Came back with the changeup. See if he tries to get him with the heater.
Shift on for Wade, the Yankee shortstop. Pitch is way upstairs. I don't think I've seen Ian shake off Tyler Flowers once. They've been in sync from the very first pitch of the game, which was a fastball for a strike. Mike Tauchman took it. And Anderson now 1-2 count. Here it is. Missed a corner away. It's 2-2. Wade ready. Here it comes. That is tipped and caught. 5 strikeouts and 5 no-hit innings for Ian Anderson, who enjoys a 4-0 lead in Game 1.
Time Ronald and Dansby were up in the 3rd inning. Just kind of what got Cole unraveled a little bit. Missed on a ball up and in that I thought that was a ball. This one might have been a strike, but you can see right away he turns around, doesn't even wait for Sanchez to throw the ball. And very next pitch hangs it up. A frustrated Gerrit Cole, which you don't see that too often from him. Usually very in control. Not happy there. And it cost a couple runs for him.
And there were a couple of pitches early in the game for Cole that he didn't get. So he is a bit out of sorts. The Braves are taking advantage, trying to hand him a loss for the first time in 29 regular season starts. Amazing. Not there yet. Got 2 innings of baseball left. Braves lead 4-0. Ian Anderson's big league debut has been brilliant. He has pitched 5 no-hit innings. In case you wondered, a 7-inning no-hitter in the doubleheader would not count as a traditional doubleheader. Those rules were in place under former Commissioner Fay Vincent back in 1991. Now, if the game somehow goes extra innings and gets to 9 and he's still in, then if he hasn't allowed a hit, it would. So a 7-inning no-hit bid. Certainly impressive under the circumstances, but it wouldn't be a traditional no-hit.
I'd say it'd be an okay debut.
No kidding. I'm pretty sure the kid's going to get another start.
I think so.
As Camargo digs in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And didn't get that. A swing and a miss. Cole has 8 strikeouts. And he's now settling in. He's set down 5 straight.
Look.
And now, a quick message from Truist.
BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist, together for better.
So here's Ronald Acuna Jr. He's been on twice. He scored twice. Something else to think about. No hit bid or not. Ian Anderson's qualified for the win. There's only one Braves starting pitcher who's won a game this year, and that's Max Fried in a starting role.
I'll be interested to see as after the game, Gerrit Cole, he's not a guy to make excuses, never has been, but with not pitching for 7 days, you wonder if his stuff was a little maybe flatter than he's used to.
Lifted toward right. Tauchman is in near the line and makes the play. And that's the second out. I would think there has to be a disruption of routine. Braves and Yankees probably could have played last night 20 minutes after they canceled the game. Rain had stopped. As we take a peek at our Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot feature, it's Dansby Swanson, who's now got a 10-game hitting streak.
And he's hot right now, hitting .440 coming into this game with 8 runs on the current homestand.
Strikeout and 2-run homer for Dansby.
And to piggyback what you were saying, Chip, I think you talked to a lot of the guys, Verlander, I'm sure same thing on our team, Soroka and Fried, most time those guys want to pitch. They want to throw every 5 days. It helps them stay in rhythm. But for him, just hadn't had the opportunity.
And it wasn't their fault.
No, that's the tough thing. But we knew in this year that there was going to be some teams that, unfortunately, it's just going to happen to.
Up and in for Dansby, swung and missed, 1 ball, 2 strikes. New York will have its leadoff hitters coming up in the 6th inning against Ian Anderson, who's been dazzling. Braves have somebody playing catch in the bullpen at the moment, as that one's well off target. A ball and 2 strikes, now 2-2 for the Braves shortstop.
And we said before the game, look, Cole's going to get his strikeouts. Here he is, 8 strikeouts as now. It's what you do on the other ABs. And like you said, the Braves have put some great swings, even hit some foul balls hard down the line.
Shane Green is playing catch in the Atlanta pen. And the 2-2 pitch, strike 3 outside corner, 9 strikeouts for Gerrit Cole. That was a filthy pitch. 4-0 Atlanta.
For the 6th, we're going to take a look here. Last at bat, starts Brett Gardner out with the big curve, misses low and away on a changeup, good pitch, comes back with it right here, and after all that off speed, what does he do? 94 right down the middle. And I'll tell you what, just for that, we're going to give him our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Well, why not? Kids pitched 5 no-hit innings against the Yankees.
But to mix pitches up like that, you know, what a job he's done. 37 fastballs, 23 changeups, 12 curveballs. And throwing them for strikes most of the night.
We got to see Ian briefly pitch in the scrimmage here at the ballpark a couple of Saturdays ago. And what stood out for us, I think, was what we're seeing in this game, command. He walked 65 men in 135 innings in the minor leagues last year. He's had pinpoint stuff with a couple of exceptions so far today against this New York lineup.
Well, look at the young pitchers that's come up for the Braves now. Mike Soroka, you know, stuff-wise, yes, but what separates? He throws strikes. Max Fried, in the last 2 years, what has separated him now? He throws strikes. And with the stuff these guys have, if they do that, they're going to be successful.
Two balls and a strike for the leadoff man, Mike Tauchman. And look, are the Yankees at full strength? Nope. But that doesn't diminish in any way, shape, or form what this kid is doing. These are major league players.
Yeah, there's quite a few guys that are in here, not that usually don't play, that probably could start on other teams.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And folks who might want to put the kibosh on what Anderson's doing in this game, well, Lucas Giolito no-hit the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are 7-18. Does that diminish his accomplishment? No way. 2-2 pitch, fouled back. Well, the icing on the cake for Anderson is he's from Rexford, New York, and he grew up in a Red Sox family. So you talk about it all coming together today.
Well, by him throwing so well like this, I think he'll probably have his chance next Monday to throw against his team he grew up watching.
That's right. Braves have the Red Sox coming up on their upcoming road trip. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Tauchman. Bases empty. And a line drive right to short. Dansby, Johnny on the spot. And that's the first out. And Luke Voit, the batter, he's 0 for 2. Reached on a throwing error his last time up. Braves are playing their 29th game. This is the 8th time a starting pitcher has gotten an out in the 6th inning. So boy, has this been tonic for Rick Kranitz and manager Brian Snitker. That one's launched toward right field. Markakis back to the wall, is not going to have a play. Luke Voit breaks up the no-hitter and shutout bid with a first pitch homer to right. And the Yankees are on the board now. It's a 4-1 score. He continues his unbelievable home run barrage. That's 7 homers in his last 11 games.
He's strong, and look, We've seen the last couple of years right field here, Chip. If you get the ball in the air on day games too, it doesn't stay in the yard too many times.
That's in the second deck at Yankee Stadium.
Well, that's true.
So now, in a way, Jeff, this might be the best thing that could happen for Ian Anderson. Now you worry about winning the game. All the extra drama is taken care of. You got a 3-run lead. You need 5 more outs.
Well, just keep pitching. Look, you threw a fastball and a guy that's, you said 5 games in a row now homered. You know, it's going to happen. But keep doing what you're doing. You got 5 more outs.
Aaron Hicks, the batter. He is 0 for 2. 4-1 game. Atlanta's hit 3 homers. The Yankees with 1. That's in the dirt for an even count. Anderson ready, turns it loose, and another one bounces up. 2 balls and a strike. That's the other thing I'm impressed with. His misses have been down, not belt high where they can get whacked.
Yeah, and not only that, but the changeup. That's a pitch you have to miss down.
Three in a row have been spiked. 3 balls and a strike now. Green continues in the Atlanta pen. Anderson had 83 pitches and some thunder lurking for the Yankees. And now it's Will Smith. Green was up a moment ago. Popped him up. And Freddie Freeman, foul ground right behind the first base bag, makes the play. 2 outs.
And now a quick message from Bojangles.
Feed the whole family with a big Bo box. It's Bo time.
Well, every time he had to make a pitch, he went to that changeup. That was a 3-1 changeup, got him out in front to pop up, got Hicks earlier in the game to strike out on it. 3-1 and 3-2.
2 outs for Ford, who walked his last time up. Yankees had an incredible note since 2011. The Yankees have faced 11 players making their debuts as starting pitchers. The Yankees were 10-1 in those games. The opposing starter individually had a record of 1-7. Anderson's trying to change that on a muggy afternoon in Atlanta today. He's been efficient. He's looked poised. He's got a lot of soft contact. He's allowed 1 hit. Must be something about New York teams. Mike Soroka got his first win against the Mets. Matt Whistler against the Mets. These, though, are the big bad New York Yankees. And Ian Anderson, a strike away from 6 complete innings. That's spiked again. Flowers has taken some punishment. It's 2-2. Now the pitcher's in shadow. The batter's box has some sunshine peeking through. And another one in the dirt. Full count.
Well, it seems versus left-handers, besides the Brett Gardner strikeout, most time when he's had to make a pitch, he's gone to that changeup. See if he's got one more good one in him right here.
He did. A swing and a miss. Good call, Jeff. And wow, 6 innings of 1 hit, 1 run ball for Ian Anderson in his major league debut. Well, it's the big league debut of Ian Anderson, the Braves' top-rated pitching prospect, and he did not disappoint. On this August 26th afternoon, facing down Gerrit Cole and the New York Yankees, the kid has pitched 6 innings of 1 hit, 1 run ball with 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, I don't think you could ask him to do too much more, and I think it's a great, 90 pitches, 6 good innings with the bullpen the Braves have. Good job, kid, and get ready for next Monday.
Freddie Freeman leads off for Atlanta in a 4-1 game. Freddie's 0 for 2. Trying to keep alive an 8-game hitting streak in this at-bat. 4 runs on 4 hits for the Braves. Luke Voit, the only run and hit for the Yankees with his solo homer. And the pitch is way upstairs, ball 3. Line toward right center field. That is well hit. That ball is near the bricks. That ball's high off the wall. Freddie's on his way to second, and he'll make it standing up with a leadoff 2-base hit, his 10th double of the year.
Now there's another 3-1 fastball. Freddie gets ahead in the count. Look, Braves waffle fastballs, and when they're in hitters' counts. See how short he is, too, with that swing. 98, that's just get your hands there. Freddie's so good at that.
So Freddie brings the lumber to start the 6th inning. Ozuna brought the lumber earlier in the 3rd. He's our Bringing the Lumber feature presented by Yellowwood.
Another guy, 11 RBIs in his last 10 games, 12 today with the solo shot.
Yeah, the top 5 hitters for the Braves right now, Jeff, are rolling. Good secondary lead for Freeman. Sanchez can't stop him from moving up 90 feet. We'll see how that's scored, but with 98 pitches for Cole, the Braves have a big insurance run at 3rd.
Yeah, and I would think they're going to bring the infield in. Slider that got away, and talking to Snit, he's been so pleased with the offense. I think this is the one part of the offense he really wants to try to improve. Braves have not done a great job this year with the runner at 3rd and less than 2 outs.
Yeah, a lot of strikeouts in spots like this.
Yeah.
So a prime chance for Ozuna. At least on paper. Not easy to hit Gerrit Cole or make contact with him. He's struck out 9 men in 5+ innings. Think about that. The Braves have done their damage in 2 innings. Two balls, no strikes. Yankees bullpen is busy as Ozuna sprays that out of play foul. It's 2-1. Cole's had 2 1-2-3 innings. They were the 4th and 5th. By that time, the damage had been done. That was low. 3-1 the count. Cole has not lost a regular season game since May 22nd of last year, when he was beaten by the White Sox. He's trailing the Braves 4-1 in the 6th inning today. Good cut, fouled away.
That's what's amazing, though, with him, with the velocity. Over 100 pitches, still throwing 97, 98. Well, see, he's gotten 7 of his 9 Ks on sliders. I would not be shocked to see another one. Slider right here.
Ball 4 outside. Cole just missed. Clearly off the plate, and the Braves have 1st and 3rd with nobody out. And Aaron Boone is making his way to the mound after Cole has thrown 103 pitches. So this is something the Yankee fans have not seen. Heck, Major League Baseball hasn't seen since last May. Gerrit Cole takes the baseball, hands it to his manager, and walks off trailing in the game. 4-1 Atlanta here at Truist Park.
Baseball is brought to you by Xfinity X5. Blazing fast Wi-Fi with no curveballs. And by Georgia Natural Gas. We're Georgia's natural gas.
What a debut for young Ian Anderson. He leads 4-1 against the New York Yankees in game 1 of our doubleheader. Not only has Anderson been the story, but so has been the Atlanta offense. Top 5 hitters for the Braves have all had good days against Gerrit Cole. That's our Stats with Lowe's feature of the game.
Yeah, they've done it again today. They lead the NL on average in OPS in that span. They did that for about 10 games without Ronald at the leadoff spot, as Dansby was great.
So this is Luis Sessa. Pitching in his 7th game. Here's where you really love Nick Markakis. He's a guy that 9 times out of 10 will put the ball in play. And that's what the Braves need here to bring home Freddie Freeman, who doubled to start the inning.
Yeah, I was talking about the runners at third, less than 2 outs. Braves are 11 for 51 this year with 19 Ks in that category.
Yeah, more strikeouts than hits. That's not a good ratio.
No.
And come playoff time, these are the runs you got to get. And Sanchez smothered that. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves start play today a half game ahead of the Marlins, who swept a doubleheader from the Mets yesterday. Mets didn't score in that double dip. Yankees will run into the Mets this coming week. The Subway Series is back on. But the shame of it is, with Jacob deGrom pitching today and Cole pitching today, I don't think either one of those guys are going to pitch in that big New York showdown.
No, they're going to play 5 games. Neither of them are going to pitch. Go figure.
What a shame. 2 balls and a strike. Down the left field line. That's going to turn into gold. Gardner comes to a sliding stop. Freddie scores. Ozuna to third. He's in safely. And Markakis with a stand-up double makes it a 5-1 Atlanta game.
And he just ties Babe Ruth with that double.
Against the Yankees.
Nick's amazing. Miss 7-8 days, come back 2 for 3.
So think about that. Great career of Nick Markakis, 4th most hits among active players in the big leagues. He just tied Babe Ruth on the all-time doubles list. And he did it against the Sultan of Swat's former team. So that's 5 runs charged to Gerrit Cole. Let's make it an even 6 with Ozuna 90 feet away. Duvall the batter. And a swing and a miss. It's also the most runs Gerrit Cole has allowed since his last loss. .506 career doubles for Nick Markakis. .58th all time. Next on the list, Ricky Henderson, who had 510.
They just showed Gerrit Cole standing on the top step by Aaron Boone, and I guarantee he's going to give these Braves hitters a lot of credit after today. They had a great approach. They executed.
Duvall in a quick 2-strike hole. He's 0 for 2. Braves have 6 hits. Nice stop there. That saved a run. A ball and 2 strikes. So this long inning, and as you said, the pitch count for Ian Anderson after his 6 frames, perfect opportunity to get the bullpen into the game, as that young man will never forget this day in Atlanta. One ball, 2 strikes. And Duvall chased one up around the bill of his cap and didn't get it. There's the first out.
Kind of a ball that spun out of his hands and stayed up. And Adam saw it up, which pitch you want. It just stayed up there, never came down.
So here's Riley. Need Austin to make some contact here.
And this is the moment, Chip, where it's one out like this. You want to get a pitch early in the count. Something to elevate, something to hit to the right side. If you have to, they're giving you a huge hole over there.
Cessa out of Cordoba, Mexico. Tigers acquired Justin Wilson. And Chad Green. In a trade that was completed December 9th, 2015. He's one of 5 Mexican-born pitchers to start a game for the Yankees. Surprised it's only 5. Jaime Garcia had made the most, 8 career starts in pinstripes. But now Cessa pitching out of the bullpen, where he appeared in 43 games last year.
This is a perfect count, 2-1. Whether it gives you that fastball again or comes back with that slider that you saw first pitch. Good opportunity to put the ball in the outfield in the air.
2 balls, 1 strike. And rolled foul, 2-2. Again, the nightcap, another great pitching matchup. Max Fried with the lowest ERA in the National League. And Masahiro Tanaka will square off. We're estimating our first pitch around 7:10 or so to be here on Fox Sports Southeast. Max Fried will try to get to 5-0. That's what Gerrit Cole was trying to do today. And the 2-2 pitch for Riley. Strike 3 outside corner. This is what we talked about a moment ago. 2 opportunities with a runner at third, nobody out, and 2 strikeouts. The 2020 season's a sprint to the finish. Don't miss any of the action. Follow MLB on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for highlights and more. And there will be some great highlights from this game. Game 1, Braves and Yankees. Atlanta leads at 5-1. And it's up to Tyler Flowers if the Braves are to add to the lead. Tyler has struck out twice. Up the middle. Wade surrounds and fires a bullet to first in time, and that will retire the side. We invite you to stick around for the stretch presented by Georgia Natural Gas. It's 5-1 Atlanta in game 1 after 6. In game 1 of our doubleheader against the Yankees. And before we tell you about the new pitcher, let's enjoy today's Xfinity game break. What a story for Lucas Giolito and the White Sox. Jeff, you know all too well the long professional struggle Giolito has endured. He was magnificent against the Pirates.
A lot of expectations. Statistically speaking, I think, in 18, he was the worst pitcher in the big leagues who qualified. And you can see that. A lot of excitement for him last night. And the Sox is they're a great story right now. They're hanging in there, and they're going to make the playoffs. And with that lineup, and you get a couple, Keuchel, Giolito, a good ball club.
Well, it must be a Harvard-Westlake School in California thing, because Jack Flaherty, the Cardinals, 5 innings of 1 hit ball on Friday. Giolito with a no-hitter yesterday, and Max Fried, who's also an alumnus, is pitching the nightcap here for Atlanta at Truist Park. Green comes in. Urshela, first pitch, rolls out to third, and that's how the top of the 7th starts. 1 down.
Yeah, the biggest upset ever might be the fact that they didn't win the California State Championship. That blows my mind.
Probably not enough offense as you look inside beautiful Truist Park. On our live cam, brought to you by Xfinity. Bright sunny skies overhead on this Wednesday late afternoon. Gary Sanchez, the batter, he's 0 for 2. The story is Ian Anderson, 6 innings of 1 hit ball in his major league debut. Shane Green's been on a nice roll in the Atlanta pen. And we can't overstate how important starts like this for Anderson and potentially Max Fried are going to be, because let's face it, the Braves bullpen's been great. They've had to work a lot of innings.
Yeah, hopefully with the 2 off days with the rain, this tonight, Max going again. Off day tomorrow, you know, you can get those guys rested. I mean, look, it's hard for me to say tonight that if an offense gets 5 runs off Gerrit Cole with 3 homers, and it's not the story. Ian Anderson was outstanding. Everything I think we hoped for and a lot more.
I think I briefly touched on it earlier. We saw him pitch in that scrimmage here, and what jumped out to us was velocity, obviously, but the command of the velocity. He was in complete and total command facing his AA and AAA teammates as opponents, and he threw a great game here. Yes, that's in for a strike. I'm sure that was taped or filmed, and the Braves went back and analyzed that performance and said, all right, look, we need somebody. Let's go get this kid. Man, did he impress. Sanchez pops this up, shallow right. Markakis is on the run. Freeman's there too, but Nick's got it, and the Braves run out away. And on a bigger scale too, Jeff, as we said, with the trading deadline 5 days away, and with everyone in playoff position looking for the same thing, the ability of your organization to bring up somebody from your farm system and come in and step up and win games like this, frankly, is priceless.
No, look, and is he going to go 6 innings and give up 1 hit every time? No, but the fact of the matter is he's going to give you 5-6 innings, keep your team in the ball game. With this offense and that bullpen, that's all you need.
And all we need now is 1 more out. Brett Gardner is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Braves have been awesome at home, as Jeff mentioned. They're 4-0-1 in home series, and they've won all 5 series opening games on their home field, and they're not away from making that 6-0.
I was reading, I think they're 11-1-2 in their last 14 home series here at Truist Park.
They played well last year. That's a little upstairs for Gardner. 2 balls, no strikes. I know the Braves are leading, and we feel good about that. I'm a big fan of these 7-inning games on the doubleheader. No, I really am. There's just so much more urgency in the 4th, 5th of the innings of a game, where sometimes it might drag. That's on the ground. Freddie's got a bad hop. Camargo can't handle the ricochet. Let's make sure Freddie's all right. Gardner's looking at him. Man, oh man, Freddie almost was decapitated on that shot to first base.
Yeah, I would think that's going to end up being a hit, the way that ball bounced off. I think Freddie's just glad. I think it hit him in the shoulder.
Wow. See the sunshine? Bad hop. Sun in his face. Lucky to even come close to getting leather on it. And Green's making sure he's all right. He's also checking on Camargo. Yeah, check your teeth, Freddie.
Yeah, that's got to be a hit. I'm giving it 1. You get a hop like that, there's nothing you can do as an infielder.
Except pray.
Well, yeah. Protect your face like he did.
That's it. So a little overtime for Shane Green. And this will be Miguel Andujar. First pitch swing, and that's rifled toward left. That ball's deep. That ball's trouble, but it is going to be caught at the wall. Duvall tracks it down, and the Braves have beaten the Yankees. 5-1 your final score. Ian Anderson all smiles. He will celebrate with his teammates. He's 1-0 as a major league pitcher after 6 innings of 1 hit, 1-run ball. Welcome to the show, young man. Hopefully the first of 300 or so or more.
Yeah, take a look at his day. Had to wait an extra 24 hours just to make his debut, but I'll tell you what, it was well worth it. That was the changeup to Hicks. He had the fastball changeup working all day. See the changeup on Gardner, and then he throws fastball the next time. 18 changeups the Yankees swung at today, and they whiffed on 8 of them. And he was able to throw that whenever he wanted, got him out of a couple little jams. You see those numbers? That'll play.
And that was our State Farm great performance. 90 pitches for Ian Anderson, who looks like he's been doing it for years. The Braves beat the Yankees in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Final score, Atlanta 5, New York 1. Gerrit Cole, the loser. We'll talk about that and more after this.